I'm going to read Puppy Puzzle. Important news. Mandy Hope raced down the path to Animal Ark, hair flying. Would there be news today? She had been thinking about Molly all through school. Molly was a black Labrador who was expecting puppies. Mrs. Todd, Mandy's teacher, had smiled when Mandy told her why she was so excited. "You and your animals, Mandy," she said. "Sometimes I think that's all you think about." Mandy grinned. She liked her teacher. Miss Todd had a spaniel named Jody. Mrs. Todd liked animals too. Mandy pushed open the front door and raced through the hall to the back of the house, dropping her schoolbooks as she ran. She dashed into Animal Ark. Both of Mandy's parents were vets, and their clinic was attached to the house. "Hey, what's the hurry?" Jenny Knox, the receptionist, called. "Is there any news?" Mandy said as she rushed in. "Has Molly had her puppies?" Jean smiled. "Your mom just came back from Mooncroft," she said. "Why don't you go and ask her all about it?" Mandy bit her lip. "Is she busy?" she said. "Does she have a patient with her?" Jean shook her head. "No," she said. "The clinic is closed for the day. She's just giving the animals their medicine. You go ahead. Maybe she'll let you give her a hand. She's in the unit." The unit was where the animals could stay if they were too sick to go home. Mandy shook her head. "I'm not allowed to help with the animals yet," she said, "but Dad says I can start helping out when I'm 12. She sighed. 12. 3 whole years to go. Jean grinned. "I thought you were all excited about Molly and her puppies," she reminded her. "I am," said Mandy. She rushed over to the door of the unit and pushed it open. "Hi, Mom," she said. Dr. Emily Hope was in the middle of examining a tortoise, but the tortoise didn't seem to want to come out of his shell. "Mandy," she said, "guess what?" "Molly's puppies have arrived," said Mandy. Dr. Emily laughed. "5 of them," she said, "and all healthy." Mandy sighed with relief. She knew her mother had been worried about Molly. Miss Lawson at Mooncraft Farm bred Labradors, and Molly was one of her best moms. But Molly was getting a bit old for motherhood, and Miss Lawson had decided that this was going to be her last litter. "And is Molly okay?" said Mandy. Dr. Emily nodded. "She's fine," she said, "and very proud. You'd think she had never had a litter of puppies before." "When can I see them?" Mandy asked. "Give Molly a few days," said Dr. Emily. Let's let her settle in with her puppies, and then I'll take you up to see them." "Terrific," said Mandy. Mooncraft Farm is about 2 miles outside of Welford, the village where Mandy lived. The farm was high up on the Yorkshire moors, and Mandy loved going there. Mandy loved going anywhere as long as there were animals to visit. Dr. Emily turned back to the tortoise just as he popped out his head out of the shell. "Toto is looking a lot better," she said. "Did you give Jill the pamphlet on caring for tortoises?" Mandy nodded. "Jill really liked it," she said. "She promised to learn it by heart." Jill Redfern was in Mandy's class at school. Toto was her tortoise, and had nearly died because Jill had let him hibernate too long. Mandy put her finger on very gently on Toto's head. "Hello, Toto," she said. "How are you feeling today? You're going to see Jill later. She's coming to visit." "Who's coming over?" said a voice from the door. Mandy turned as her father came into the unit and dumped his bag on the counter. He had dark hair and a beard and a kind of smile that made you want to smile too. "Jill Redfern," Mandy said. Then she remembered the very important news. "Oh, Dad," she said, "Molly had her puppies." Dr. Adam Hope looked across at his wife. "Everything okay?" he said. Dr. Emily nodded. "Perfect," she replied. "One of the puppies is a bit on the small side, though. He'll need a little extra care. But will he be all right? But he'll be all right, won't he?" Mandy asked anxiously. Dr. Emily gave Toto a pat and put him back in his cage. Of course he will, she said. He just needs someone to love him and take care of him. Miss Lawson will find him a good owner. What about me? Mandy said hopefully. I could look after him. Dr. Adam and Miss Emily looked at each other. You know the rules, Mandy, said Dr. Adam said. Mandy sighed. She loved her parents being vets because it meant there were always animals around. But they were so busy with everyone else's pets, they didn't have time for any of their own. What's for dinner? Said Dr. Adam, changing the subject. I'm starving. Dr. Emily laughed. You're going to have to take up jogging if you don't watch out, she said. Dr. Adam's eyes twinkled. After dinner, he said. Dr. Emily moved toward the door. Come along, Mandy, she said. Aren't you hungry? Starving, said Mandy. But let me just say goodbye to Toto.